Yeah, this is black light. Now, I'm gonna put a cap on it with this one about the debates. Now, the reason why these debates are taking place because uh, a lot of people don't understand how can we be, how can the black man be God, or how can even the black woman be God? They got a doubt within it because of the condition that we're in now. Because if we was God, how could we let ourselves get captured, tortured, and why do we kill ourselves like we do? And why do we kill each other like we do? You know, the white man and some of them eyesight must be God because he's controlling everything. Well, I'm going to show you how to relate scripture with the black man. All through scripture is one common theme, and that is you got a antagonist, which is Satan, and he goes through, he got many different names because through time, he goes through many different stages himself. He started off as a serpent, ended up as a dragon, and now he's a beast, you know, and he's started out as the devil, now he's Satan. All this is talking about the mind of people, the mind as a collective of humanity and mankind. That mankind possesses and embodies satanic forces, satanic thoughts. It has grown and matured to be the beast that devours uh, weak individuals, weak, well, not individuals, but weak people. Uh, the God mind, see, because Satan could be a God too. He's the God of the world that he created. But the God mind that most people want to relate to is the creator that created everything. So how can the creator that created everything be conquered by the devil or either a slave, a slave? Well, let me say it like this. That's what the Bible been talking about. Let's take the New Testament Jesus. Jesus had the mind of the creator, and he come from a long line of divine, his bloodline, and he went away and got educated, came back to lift the people up at that time off from the antagonist who was the Romans, and because it was a Romans world, and the Pharisees who were the boule of the Romans, or the gatekeepers of the Romans. See, also Osiris and Isis, similar uh, situation. So ultimately, Jesus is crucified and murdered, and supposed to resurrect again. Same with Osiris. He was scattered into many pieces, like sort of like now, how the brothers, the Moors, one piece of the body, the Nation of Islam, another piece of the body, the you know, Hebrew Israelite another piece, Rasta's one piece, Panthers another piece, scattered, you know. And the big enemy though is Satan, you know. Now, ISIS gave Osiris life, you know. ISIS gave Osiris life. He resurrects, and Jesus, you know, he resurrects on his own accord without the help, but only of the Father, which is in the mind and hearts of Jesus. And he comes back, he conquers death, see. By him conquering death, that means he's the master of self. His lower self, which is the Caucasian, mankind, and his higher self, which is the supreme or the most high. Now, what he don't want to do is he don't want to die no more. He want to live everlasting. Now, the only part that's is crazy is he's waiting up in heaven on the right time to come back to slay Satan. Now, that's something that Satan put in there, so y'all keep on waiting. We keep on waiting for someone to come back. But what we were supposed to do was take on the mindset that Jesus had, Osiris had, and bring ourselves back to raise ourselves up again. And by us raising ourselves up again, Satan got to go, man. So each one of us is an important part of the body. You know, just like all these groups, we got our organized groups. Y'all an important part of the body, but what's happening now is y'all uncoordinated. We don't have a center. Well, Noble Ali's not here anymore. Elijah, who's the center now? The mind of them is the center. You got to adopt their mindset and understand and internalize their minds. You got to eat up the mind of all the prophets. You know, have brains for dinner. You know, and eat their mind up, and they are being you, and you're being them, and you could slay your enemy by overriding the enemy's mind. Outshine, just like y'all want to outshine each other, you got to outshine the white man, the Caucasian, the devil, Satan, the beast. You got to outshine him. So your scientists got to be your scientists got to be an army of scientists. You got to have outshine the devil. You got to have a army ready for military combat, an army for this, an army for that. But y'all work in conjunction with each other and in cohesiveness with each other. And that's your God, right? That's the God right there. That's Jesus coming back. That's Elijah coming back. That's all of the prophets coming back into one. You know, into one body of people. The black, original Asiatic black man. Satan don't have no authority over the God unless you give him authority, like the Moors want to do. You know, You can't give that man no authority over you more. You keep on one hand you say, uh, you know, you the God. Then on the other hand, you give him. You got to have a permission slip from him to even to call yourself. We all see Moors was a term that we use in one part of history. You know, we use that term. All throughout history, we called ourselves different things. Just like God got many names. Most of the names we call God are attributes of God. You know, well, we got the as a body, Moors is part of our attributes. You know, Hebrew is part of our attribute, and Islam is part of our. Islam is the whole nature because we submit to the laws that we done put in place. So we gotta submit to our own laws before you can tell the devil to submit to him. He not put here to submit to the laws of the black man or the laws of the Moors or the laws of Hebrew. He put here to do what? He put here to break laws. That's why we got to put his ass in jail. That's what Sharif means. Sheriff. See, that's part of the English language. The sheriff. That's a black man's word. Sheriff. Sharif. Algebra. That's a black man's term. That's Arabic, which is a black man's language. So is Hebrew. Well, I got to go.